Hi everybody. It's June 16th, 2020. This is vlog day 46 and today's lesson is In the Wilderness Monotony. Um, I received a blog post from another blogger and it just brought up the subject of the wilderness can be monotonous, and it caught my attention. It's a good point. So God has called his people out of Egypt. It's a type of the world. Egypt is a picture or a type of the world. He has called you and I out of the world. There's a miraculous salvation. It's obvious we know the moment of faith usually. There was for the Jews it was the Red Sea parting, the Egyptians drowning. There was a miraculous leading, cloud by day, a pillar of fire by night. There's a miraculous care, manna and shoes and clothing that don't wear out every day. And they soon took that for granted, God's people did. That sounds familiar, doesn't it? There's a destination, a promised land. And you and I are in the wilderness just like they were. And most of us find it to be a long period of time, monotonous. It doesn't have to be. It was supposed to be a 7-day journey, and it ended up being 40 years. And every morning there was manna on the ground, food, same kind of food. I'll be honest with you, I like variety in my eating. I would probably whine if my wife served me the same thing every day, 3 times a day. And because of their behavior, God's people ended up walking around in circles in the wilderness for 40 years. Many Christians are walking around in wilderness for 40 years because they don't learn the basic lesson. They don't keep moving in the direction God wants them to go. The wilderness is a classroom. It's a place to learn. But that is not the point of today's vlog. The wilderness is monotonous. Even when interspersed with the miraculous moments of deliverance and care and God stepping up and showing up, the monotony of the wilderness is a recipe for trouble. Bored people, idle hands get into trouble. And often they become resentful and bitter. Numbers 14 is all about this problem. And so in verses 1, 2, and 3, we read, "And all the congregation lifted up their voice and cried, and the people wept that night, and all the children of Israel murmured against Moses and Aaron. And the whole congregation said unto them, would to God that we had died in the land of Egypt? Would to God that we had died in the wilderness? And wherefore or why has the Lord led us into this land?" And they go on to say, "We quit. We want to go back to Egypt." I felt like quitting sometimes. I'm sure you have as a Christian. And I don't know about you, but as a parent or as a leader, there are often times when you just want to smack them in the side of the head. Smack them back into yesterday or into tomorrow or something. Or you even want to quit yourself as a parent or leader. In our next vlog, we'll look at Moses and God's response, especially God's in the next one. Go ahead and read Numbers 14. They said, "We quit." And God says, "I want to quit too." And that should scare you a little bit in your complaining about the monotony of the wilderness. May God bless you today.